I'm Greg Morrison, and I'm the lead pastor at Gateway Family Church in the St. Louis area. My testimony involves a drug problem as well, except I was drugged to church Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night every week. And I remember being raised in church and listening to the messages dealing with maybe the good old days or about the power of God or what God could do and what God was able to do. But as I began to listen and my heart would be excited and begin to burn for the things of God, but I'd look around and although I'd hear about it, it seemed as if it was rare that I ever saw it for myself. And so I kind of refer it to something in regards to like when David had come to the battle scene and the army of God was kind of hiding behind rocks and definitely not going onto the battlefield, and listening to the giants taunting of God and his army. Rising up out of David's heart was, is there not a cause? And that kind of became something that would rise up in my heart as well. Is there not a cause? Why do I hear about it but I don't see it? And so, you know, this began a journey of just not being satisfied with different excuses of why prayers weren't being answered. And you know, I just began to seek after God in this area, in this arena. And so you got to remember that David actually raised up an army of mighty men, of hundreds of men. We did get to hear some of the names of a few of his captains, but there are hundreds that maybe we'll never know the name on this side of eternity. You find out also that when Jesus had prayed over his disciples and released them to do his ministry, there was also a time when he also released 70 others that we will never know the name of those 70 others, but they did walk in a great move of God. There were signs and wonders and lives that were touched. And when you look at even Stephen and Philip, if we were never focused in upon those names, these were guys that were just servants in their day. And we begin to see how God used them in a mighty way. Matter of fact, Jesus' name itself today is so profound and powerful to us. But in his day, it was almost as if it was a common name. It's a form of Joshua. And so it was hard for them to even accept Jesus as being the Messiah, because he didn't come with an entourage with a robe, a majestic robe wrapped around him, but he came in plain clothes. And so I just welcome you to being a part of a nameless army for this generation, this end-time generation. Just like what Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 4. He says this, that my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power, and that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. And we owe it to our generation that they have an amazing love encounter with God, that they have an experience with God. So this is our heart, this is our passion, to know him and to make him known.